Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. I'm Julia from Soft. Today we're discussing different ways or methodologies that are used for software development, and we will examine them through the example of building a Starship. One Starship, one factory, but many ways to plan, build, test and launch it. You probably heard of terms like Waterfall, Scrum, DevOps, or others, which might feel like a confusing soup of labels. But in reality, they all fit into a clear structure of 3 layers that shape any big project. They are called Lifecycle Models. This layer sets the overall roadmap, how much planning you do upfront, how you handle changes, and when testing happens. They are Waterfall, V-Model, Incremental, Spiral. Let's examine how to apply all these models to build a Starship. Waterfall. Its motto is plan everything now, regret nothing later. We start by locking the crew in a bunker to write a 500-page Starship plan. Every bolt, every pipe, even the cockpit coffee machine. Only when the plan is perfect do they start building, exactly as written, step by step, no changes. Only once the entire ship is done, we demonstrate the Starship to the stakeholders and fire up the engines for the first time. If the nose cone leaks, file a change request and see you next year. V-Model. Its motto is like Waterfall, but each spec has a test body. Here we had the same 500-page plan, but next to every design page is a matching test plan. Heat shield, here is the heat test. Fuel pump, here is the leak test. The Starship is built in strict order, testing each piece exactly as specified in the same order as the plan. What if the problem occurs after the Starship is ready? Check the test plan to see who gets blamed. Incremental methodology. It's not the same as Agile because incremental simply means delivering work in chunks rather than all at once. Nevertheless, Agile uses this style. With Incremental, we skip writing the full epic novel. Instead, we plan the core chunks. First, build just the main tank that can hold fuel. Test it and demonstrate to the stakeholders. Next, add the engines. Test a short hover and run a demo. Then add the cockpit, life support, plush seats if we have money left. Each piece works on its own until the full Starship clicks together. Spiral. Risk? Face it early. Loops forever. Here we start by sketching a rough plan for a cheap test model. Then, build a tiny prototype wing and toss it off the hangar roof. Take what you learned, draw a better wing, and this loop is finished. A second loop. A bigger piece, several wings, maybe an engine. With each loop, better design, more testing. With each loop, fewer surprises, more confidence, until launch day. Final ship is the last loop, when you've de-risked as much as your budget allows. The second layer defines how teams actually tackle tasks every day. How they organize work, handle priorities, share updates, and fix surprises. They are called work management frameworks. The list of them includes Scrum, Kanban, XP, and Lean. This is the most popular framework that we at Soft use in the majority of our projects. The team chops all tasks into 2-week sprints. For example, Sprint 1. Order higher-grade steel sheets and welding rods, set up jigs and safety systems in the assembly bay. Once the sprint is ready, the team shows a demo of the work done, discusses the progress, and plans for the next 2 weeks. This process loops until all tasks are completed. Kanban has no sprints, no clock. Just a big board with tasks and statuses. To do, doing, testing, done. Each crew member picks a task, finishes it, and picks another. The project is considered finished when all tasks are in the Done column. XP is an abbreviation of Extreme Programming Work Management Framework. Welders, testers, or coders work in pairs. One builds, one checks. Every piece is tested immediately. Does the pipe hold pressure? Does the head seal tightly? Small fixes happen the same day. Unlike Kanban or Scrum, extreme programming doesn't define the way the crew plans tasks. It only explains how the team should execute them. With the Lean framework, the crew looks at each task and asks, "Is this really needed for our launch?" If no, it goes in the bin. They focus on steps that add real value: better safety, faster turnaround, lighter ship. Gold-plated cockpit cup holders can wait. DevOps stands for Development and Operations and literally means merging developers with operations teams into one collaborative workflow. They do it by adding the smart tools and a culture of no blame. Let's see how it works. The crew wires up smart sensors and automated checkers everywhere. Weld a fuel pipe, an automated test checks for leaks right away. Update the landing software. A robot simulator runs 1,000 fake landings before anyone risks their butt. Test flights, beam backlight data, auto-trigger fixes. Developers and operations share dashboards, solve problems together, patch fast. DevOps doesn't decide what to build or how to split work. It ensures every tweak, test, and launch happens at warp speed with fewer human slip-ups. Here is the path we've come. You saw that there are different distinct ways of building a Starship. But here's the real truth. No team sticks to just one. Smart crews build a custom mix. It's called hybrid. The real-life way teams balance planning, teamwork, and automation when building something as wild as a Starship. No single rulebook, just a smart blend that fits the mission. Whether you are building a rocket, a mobile app, or a new digital product for your business, the trick is knowing when to plan big, when to work fast, and when to automate everything. Smart teams, like ours at Somatosoft, know how to pick the best parts from each approach, so you get quality, speed, and cost balance without surprises. Thank you for joining us today. Hope to see you again in our next videos.